So we're starting to learn a bit more about this husband and wife team suspected of carrying out yesterday's massacre in San Bernardino. Co-workers describing Farouk as a quiet, polite, normal guy who did not show signs of unusual behavior. Here is his brother-in-law reacting yesterday.
I just cannot express that how sad I am for what happened today. I mean, the condolences to the people who lost their life. I am very sad that people lost their life and there's victims out there. Investigation is going on. You would know what it is. I have no idea. I have no idea why would he do that. Why would he do something like this? I have absolutely no idea. I'm in shock myself.
Remarkable. Let's bring in Dr. Keith Ablow. He's a psychiatrist and a member of the Fox News medical A team. Keith, welcome. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Martha.
Yeah, I mean, that man appears to be in shock. He's surprised about what has happened regarding his family member. When you look at Farouk's story, Dr. Keith Ablow, tell me what you see in it.
Well, first of all, we see what happened, which is that this is somebody who, with an accomplice or accomplices, had high-powered weaponry, dressed in black, mimics many of the features of a traditional terrorist attack, and who comes from a religion that has bred radicalism that targets America with murderous vengeance for harms that they perceive were done them, or because we worship different deities. And so the bottom line is this isn't so dissimilar, if it turns out to be just that, than other such events. And I'm not so sure. I didn't hear questions, in the clip at least, directed at his brother or brother-in-law as to, well, did he happen to spout radical ideology? He never mentioned hating America. You're so mystified. Yeah. Are you sure that this relative of yours never spoke such things? Really? Because he shot up a holiday party. Generally, we think of holiday parties as, revolving around Hanukkah and Christmas, and maybe he just didn't like that.
When you look at what happened over the last several months, we know, in many ways he fits the profile, right? We don't know what his motivation was. His age, his actions over the past 6 months or so, going to Saudi Arabia, growing a beard, taking a wife, bringing her back here. They have a 6-month-old child. My guess is, and no one knows, we need to keep that very clear at this point, is that maybe he wasn't as happy and things weren't going as great, obviously, as everybody seems to have thought they were, correct?
Well, I think, looks like a duck, acts like a duck. I think we've got to get ourselves out of denial. It's a duck, right? The president wants to talk about gun control while America's bleeding. And the bottom line is we got to think about that, too. Why would the president want America to disarm when we are under assault by radical Islam? Interesting. Why?
When you take a look at what set people off and, had everybody going down this road of this is such an unusual one to look at is the fact that they were so tactically prepared. You look at the gear, you look at the weaponry, and then you look at the moment. He leaves the party. One of his coworkers said, "Where'd Saeed go? I guess he's not going to make it for the group picture this year. He's gone." Somebody said there was some kind of dispute. We don't know the details of that at this point. And then he comes back. Do you think it's possible that maybe this wasn't the original plan?
We don't have the facts, you're right, but as a journalist, as someone who tries to put together stories in my office as a psychiatrist and make sense of them, the one that would make sense without all the facts would be something happened at the party that led him to say, that's it, I've had it. Maybe he said, why aren't we celebrating my holidays? Maybe somebody said something that he considered off color about his faith. And he decided, look, now it's go time. Listen, if somebody named Saeed leaves your party and people say, why is Saeed leaving? You know what? Call the cops. That's the point at which we're at in this country. I'm sorry to say it, but we're there, and to do otherwise would be called the psychological force of denial.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Keith Ablow.
All right, then.
Good to have you here.